All right, my name's Sean Wilson, and I'm a owner of a company called YBA Shirts. There's four of us that are owners. It's two brothers and a brother-in-law, and so we're equal partners in this business.
I'm Mike Daniels, my business partner Tyler Walters, and together we own Water Gardens Holdings, which owns a bunch of movie theaters and also a distribution company and a popcorn business.
We started the company in 2010. It came as a progression when the former Water Gardens Theater had failed. We saw an opportunity. Mike brought a lot of skills to the table. I brought some skills to the table, and the landlord kind of put us together.
It was actually a business my dad started back a long time ago when I was a kid living at home, and we started it in the basement of our house, and it was to supply uniforms to sports leagues. And so we would actually heat press the shirts back in the day and deliver them to parks and recs and YMCAs and things across the country. And so now it's all screen print. We don't do a lot of heat seal, but we do a little bit. You know, I think being that we grew up with it, we have a passion behind it because it was something that started when it was really small, and we've seen it grow to where it has. So I think there's a lot of satisfaction from coming from something that you did as kind of a part-time or a kid at home, doing it out of our basement to the point now that we have, a 35,000 square foot facility here, a capacity of doing 10 to 15,000 screen prints a day. And we're keeping those things busy, have a day and night shift. So seeing it grow from a real basic where I was heat pressing when I'd come home from school to now having, 30 to 40 people out in the print shop working, plus, more sales guys and just giving others opportunity to have jobs and to see it grow to the level it has now.
I think it's a recognition that there was a market that was overlooked for a long time. The basic idea was to take a family to the movies has become unaffordable. And to go to a lot of discount houses is a sticky shoe experience. It's sacrificing the quality. So we figured if we could do something that would be an intermediate price range on the ticket and an intermediate price range on the concessions, we could do something that the community would react positively to.
Kind of started this business with the idea that we would put as little money or cash into it as possible. And we expected it to be a very hard and difficult fight to build up the business. We made our estimates very conservatively as to how many customers we would serve. And maybe one of the struggles was the business took off. Within the first 6 months, we could see that we were exceeding our first expectations. And certainly in the first year, we more than doubled what we had thought we would do. So the problem came from too much success right up front, and we decided to replicate the exact business model in other places. And we learned that it didn't just translate directly.
Some of the things that's interesting is when you start saying, wow, our sales are growing, and but some of the challenges that come with that is when you have growth, that means more inventory. And so most of that profits that you have to go back into the business. So sometimes even though you think that you're growing and your business is going in the right direction, it takes a lot of capital, a lot of cash to continue to feed that growth. And so sometimes the biggest challenges in small business is how you are able to grow at a level as well as not put so many dollars tied up in inventory so that you can be profitable and make a living. And so we've had some great partners that we've been able to work with that have helped us with that. And we were started as domestic suppliers, and we've now partnered with a great company that's helped us to reduce costs and go overseas. So we have 40-foot containers that come in on a regular basis of our own inventory. And then we also have partners in the U.S. that actually manufacture domestically so that it's their inventory and we'd only take it when we need it. And that helps clear up some of that money and not necessarily have it to be all our money sitting on the shelf. I think people make up a business more than anything. So making sure you surround yourself with people you can trust that have the same work ethic as you. You know, a lot of times people say, "Oh, going to business with your family, that can be difficult and tough." You know, I think we have a pretty close family where we talk through things, we're able to work together. But most importantly, it's guys I trust and I understand where they come from, their background, and they have the same, work ethic and desire for this to be successful. So if you're on the same page together, that's a good thing. And then as you hire and add people to your group, you want them to feel just as empowered and successful, that they feel good about what they're doing. And, I think any business, you're only as good as the people that are working for you.
I would say do the research in advance. Do the research in advance and bounce your ideas off of people who respect and love you enough to push back. Businesses, it's very easy to get caught up in the emotion and the excitement of a business. And those are all great things to have, but at the end of the day, the numbers have to pencil. And so between that and going slowly, basically cash flowing to the extent you can, especially in the early period, because things change. Sometimes the model changes. Sometimes something that you thought would work forever has morphed. And if you've invested a lot of money into that one style of doing business, you may struggle.
I'd say when you decide who your partner is going to be, make sure you pick someone who complements your skills, who fills in the blanks where you don't have skills. They're very strong, and that way you tend to look at your business problems from multiple perspectives before you arrive at a decision. I got lucky. I got a good one.